Right, this is an advertisement regarding an international terrorist group operating in a suburb of San Francisco. It is these people, and they are trying to create fusion in a suburb of San Francisco. Fusion is the same fire that you see on the sun. Fusion is the burning of atomic bombs that hold atomic elements together. And that means this entire Earth is fuel. The propaganda says it's clean, abundant, non-polluting heat, therefore we must proceed. But what they do not tell you is that if they're wrong, the entire Earth can be on fire just like the sun. That's a gamble with all of our lives, and that is a problem, and that's the point of this particular advertisement. The risk is not worth every life on Earth, even if it's a 1 in a million chance, which is much more than that. And it's probable that they will create fusion. They intend to create well, they have built a machine and are currently using it since June. And their statement is that it will create 180 million degrees Fahrenheit of heat within their targeted area. It will create 1,000 times the pressure of gravity on this Earth. It will create an energy burst. In their article here, this one, which is their machine, that's the target area, that's the actual area where all the heat will be generated. They say in this magazine, Popular Mechanics, June 2008, let's see, the blasted target area will generate 500 trillion watts, 1,000 times the electrical generating capacity of the United States. An explosion, this is an explosion with a force roughly equal to a megaton of nuclear bomb, depending on how you total it up, really. And that's the energy level that they themselves predict. It is noted here that the law of energy is for every action there will be an equal opposite reaction. I'll leave you to figure out what that means for you. Critical respect denies the right to gamble with all life on Earth, and that is the foundation of this argument, the purpose of this video. We need to say, we need to at least understand what's going on when somebody is literally taking our lives and doing whatever they want to with it, and if they fail, we all die. The planet lit on fire. With 180 million degrees, they can do an awful lot. With a machine that's intended to create 500 trillion watts in a single energy burst, that can create a lot, and so on. The fundamentals are simple. You heard them. And the reality is they're gambling with all life on Earth at Livermore, California, a suburb of San Francisco, in a facility called the National Ignition Facility. They call it that because their purpose in building that was to create fusion. And once they have fusion created, the next military mission that they have for this machine is they're going to take bits and pieces, the fissionable material of nuclear bombs, and put it within this target area, and they're going to impact it with these lasers. There's 192 of the most powerful lasers that men have built. You can find a description of that on my website, justtalking3.info. And you'll be surprised at how strong they are. Take a look. So, we have to decide whether or not we're going to say no. We have to decide whether or not this experiment to bring the same fire that is on the sun, take a look at the sun, give you a hint, is what we want potentially here on Earth. I ain't saying they will or they won't. I think they will. But I am saying it is not worth our risk. This is a gamble that should not be taken, and we have nothing but propaganda to prove otherwise. Well, let's see. We're going to read a little bit instead. Not a research project if it gambles with all our lives on Earth. You can't put out the fire. That's the flat truth of it. Fusion on the sun is declared to be operating at about 6 to 10 million degrees. Fusion on the sun is said to be millions of miles in its flames, millions of miles away from the center of the sun. That's the flames they can measure or see. So if it gets lit here on Earth as fusion as a result of their experiment, how are you going to put it out? Millions of miles tall, 6 to 10 million degrees in heat, how are we going to put it out? Particularly with everything on Earth is fuel. Everything is atomic structure here. Fusion is the burning of atomic bonds. Don't let them kid you. Just like molecular bonds are the burning of chemical bonds, or chemical fires here on Earth. They're sort of the same thing. Well, except for the extent. Well, let's see. It's insane. We need to be involved in this court decision. I have a redress of grievances trial in a state court in Illinois. It's 410-0679, the state of Illinois Appellate Court. That redress of grievances mean that we want to complain or we want to have an accounting done of our government. They have delayed and delayed and delayed, and now they've put it off until March of next year. March of next year is too late for a machine that's operating today and at any time could produce fusion. If you want to take the chance, it's time to stand up and say no. So anyway, I need that trial accelerated. I need you to actually go and file thousands of redress of grievances trials across the nation in all the courts, so that it cannot be just simply discarded, so that it will go to trial and we will have a say in our future. Mass communication is what we need. We need to make everyone aware that they are gambling with our lives, literally, and to be wrong is to be dead as a planet. That's a pretty serious consequence. Fight for it, or you just surrender it and let them go. It's one or the other, because they won't stop. We have to make them. So you're asked to think about the actual consequences of what they're declaring. They have 500 trillion watts of generating force, energy burst. That's an explosion. 1,000 times more than electrical generating capacity in the USA. Think about how much power that is. And then make sure you understand that to be wrong here, this is the kind of force they intend to put out in a suburb of San Francisco. That's a nuclear bomb in San Francisco. And they intend to do it repeatedly because that's their military mission after they create fusion. And they're working on it now. I'm sure they're doing the small projects, because that's what you do with a big machine. When you first get it up, you do the little projects, and then you start doing the big projects. You want to wait any longer? I don't. So, we will take a look at their theories. That would be all right, wouldn't it? We'll just take a look at the theories there, gamble our planet on. And whatever is true about these theories, or false about these theories, determines whether this planet lives or dies, whether you or I live or die. Your leaders, your university, your news, all say nothing bad can happen. They know what they're doing, even though theory means we do not know. You want them to bet your planet, your life, your child? They are. One machine. Well, there's other machines too. There's lots of threats. You can find them in a list on www.justtalking3.info, I-N-F-O. You should take a look. Their first theory is that fusion cannot be sustained here because of necessary gravity, hence pressures to crush the atomic materials, thereby attaining heat of fusion, are not possible to maintain for any significant period of time on Earth. Their second theory is all fusion is generated from the center of the sun, where tremendous pressures are believed to exist because of gravity, and thereby the fire radiates from the center out. Their third theory is gravity, because the sun is considered to be so massive, is the cause of fusion. And their fourth theory is gravity is the evidence of a large body attracting a smaller body, thereby holding it one to the other in some form of unknown attraction. They do not know what gravity is. This is their best description. Upon these four theories, the extra special smart people believe they can gamble bringing fusion to Earth, and it will not cause the planet to become as the sun is today, completely engulfed with this fire. There's quotes again. We will create an energy burst equivalent to 500 trillion watts, or 1,000 times the general electrical generating capacity of this USA, in a suburb of San Francisco. We will achieve temperatures inside the target area of over 180 million degrees Fahrenheit, lower than an exploding sun. We will create pressures equivalent to 1,000 times greater than the gravity of this Earth inside their target area. The machine is built with 192 of the most powerful lasers known, all pointed at one single pinpoint spot in a sphere, around a sphere called the target. Their purpose with this machine is to surround and encapsulate the atomic structure of whatever elements are inside that target and make it surrender to that. No escape, thereby forcing the atomic reality that governs time here on Earth to be changed a little bit, fusion to be the result. If they're wrong, and the fusion continues without pressures induced by lasers, they think they can turn the laser off and the fire will go out. But if it doesn't go out, they have created fire that cannot be put out because everything here is fuel. Therefore, they do gamble with all life on Earth. No second chance. Not for anybody. No life for Earth. The entire planet engulfed by fire within weeks. Not to mention it will eject the entire atmosphere of this planet in short order, and we won't care after that. Is that a fair result? You know, do you believe they should be gambling with your life on this is the possible result? These are very few people, and they're taking the entire planet and doing what they want to with it. They're taking your life, your property, your house, your child, your future, your everything, and making their own gamble with it. You like that? This machine is running since June, but it takes only one fire, one time to destroy us all. That means just because it's been running a little bit of time, doesn't really mean anything. Go and review their theories for a fact, just for the sake of it, because they ain't as smart as they think.